Welcome into a quick hit Friday here on Tobacco Road Sports Radio and the Desmond Johnson Show. It is live. We are in the uh, preview part of the week of Snowmageddon or whatever's about to come through here starting Saturday. So make sure everybody's got blankets, power, food, milk, bread, whatever else you need for the apparent ice storm that's about to hit North Carolina over the next 48 hours. So we got you covered with sports content here. You know how we do. We are the best at local sports content in the Triad. Ryan Smith, Ben Troupe in the house from Winning the Division. Go check out their podcast. Great interview with Fox NFL sideline reporter Allison Williams is live right now. You can check that out on the Keep Pounding Podcast Network and the Fans First Sports Network. We got them here today to go over conference championship weekend. What are the biggest storylines going into both of these games? And who do they think are going to meet up in Super Bowl 60? We got that ready for you. We'll get you ready for the weekend. It's the Desmond Johnson Show.
Live with Desmond Johnson, son, the live is one. Represent NC to the fullest.
Yeah, welcome to the Carolinas. Everywhere you go, the sky is Carolina blue, the finest. Live action feedback, the city need that. I've been number one, no cap. Here's the recap. Adrenaline is my addiction. I'm about to relapse. Step on the turf if you want and get your wee wet. I'm going harder than a martyr on the slaughter end. It's the heart of man, that's a rap like a cardigan. I'm breaking records, it's fourth and inches. I count the seconds. The over-under's my roar of thunder, my secret weapon. Yeah, the game is to be told. I don't break, I break modes. Follow me on Tobacco Road.
Live with Desmond Johnson, son, the live is one. Represent NC to the fullest.
And welcome into the Desmond Johnson Show here on Tobacco Road Sports Radio. Make sure you rate and subscribe over at the YouTube channel, youtube.com/at Tobacco Road Sports Radio. The best of the week airs every Friday here in the Triad on terrestrial radio. Catch it at 5 p.m. on WWBG 1470 AM in Greensboro and WTOB 980 AM 96.7 FM in Winston-Salem at 6 p.m. This week we'll have North Carolina Sports Network's David Glenn, Awful Announcing's Dimitri Ravanos, Ryan Stone with his best bets. And these two gentlemen right here, Ryan Smith and Ben Troupe from Winning the Division. Follow them on X at Winning Division. Fellas, what's going on? Busy weekend, huh?
Yeah, listen, I'm like you guys. I'm trying to stay out of these local supermarkets. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I like crackers and Vienna sausages like the next person. Oh, come on. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. What better day to get snowed in than Sunday of this week, where you're going to have conference championship Sunday? Why are you trying to go anywhere anyway? You're going to have two really good games, possibly. Let's kind of break this down. We had Ryan Stone on, who gave us his best bets for these matchups and his thoughts on the setups here. Let's start over in the AFC. Patriots Broncos blitz at 3:00 kickoff on CBS and Paramount Plus. What is the biggest storyline for you guys going into that game?
I mean, I'll go first. I know the obvious is obviously Jarrett Stidham, right? That's the obvious. But I think the biggest storyline is, does Denver have a good team, or do they have a good defense? Because if they got a good team, they got a shot to win this game, because they're not going to put Jarrett Stidham in a position to have to win it. But if they just got a good defense, it's going to be a long game, because sometimes, and do Jarrett Stidham have Nick Foles' phone number? Can he call him and say, hey, man, you think I can do this, man? You really think I can get us there? For me, I think is Sean Payton a good play caller for any quarterback, or is he a good play caller for certain quarterback or starting quarterbacks?
Right.
I'm gonna go with Jared Stidham, like you said, Ben, but in a way that most people don't expect. How can the Patriots defense, how prepared are they going to be for Sean Payton's version of Jarrett Stidham? Because he likes to scheme guys up, as we know, make quarterbacks look pretty good. But a little wrinkle for you here. Josh McDaniels, Patriots offensive coordinator, was with Jarrett Stidham in New England back in the day. And so he knows him quite well. So I think Josh McDaniels was part of the defensive game plan this week. If he might have been in the meeting room saying, "Hey, here's what Jared loves to run. Here's what he doesn't like to run," and vice versa. So I think Josh McDaniels and giving that defense some tips there over in the other locker room there in New England is one of the big keys in how Jared Stidham performs. Ben, like you said, can he keep the train on the tracks at the end of the day and beat this Denver team?
I think for me, yeah, the Jared Stidham having to play, I think it's made it where nobody wants the Broncos in the Super Bowl because Bo Nix is hurt. So it's like you kind of don't want that there because you feel like either the Rams or the Seahawks are going to obliterate them. Like once they get there, if they don't have their starting quarterback, I'm kind of going the other way with the Patriots. I don't like the Patriots. I haven't liked the Patriots for 20 plus years. It goes all the way back to Patriots Panthers Super Bowl.
Yeah,
like
we know.
I just had to swing against them. You know, Bill Belichick's coaching my Tar Heels right now, so it's kind of like, what if Coach K coached the Lakers? It's kind of like that for me. I'm looking at it like, is this the ascension of Drake May into superstar status? Because we've been flirting with it all year. He's probably, if not going to win the MVP, will probably come in second behind Matt Stafford, I would imagine at this point. It's kind of become a two-horse race. And I watched Drake last weekend playing in the snow, throwing darts, just all over the field, just hitting people in the chest. And I'm like, the dude's a 70% completion passer, and it's not dink and dunk. He's going down the field, like throwing it too. Like, this team is 2 years ahead of schedule, the Patriots. They should not be here. They should not be here, and they're here. So it's hard to not root for them, but it's easy to not root for them because they're the Patriots, So it's like, that's the kind of the story for me. Is Mike Vrabel reinventing what America feels about the New England Patriots? Because we've all been kind of programmed to not like them unless you're a Patriots fan. And now it's almost kind of like Duke basketball in a way, where like 80s, 90s Duke, America hates Duke because they win so much. They win all the time. They certain kind of players, that kind of thing. Once they started doing the one and dones and changed what they were, America and like urban America in particular started to fall towards Duke because that's where Jason Tatum played. That's where Kyrie Irving played. That's where Zion Williamson played. Like, so the perception changed. I'm wondering if that's starting to happen with the Patriots, where the perception's changing a little bit on, should we really hate them because that regime is gone? So that's the intriguing part of this game to me. Patriots and Broncos at 3:00. 6:00 on Fox, you've got an NFC West showdown for the NFC crown. The Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks. What's your biggest storyline in that matchup?
You can go first, Smitty.
So for me, I think it's going to be, the easy answer would be to talk about how good Matthew Stafford's playing and everything else like that. But this Seahawks defense is on another level. I mean, it just seems like they're in another world right now, especially since the last game of the regular season against the 49ers and then into the playoffs. I do not think the Rams can win this game unless somebody else steps up for them on offense outside of Puka Nacua. The Seattle defense is on another world right now, and so I don't think they're going to allow 30 points to Matthew Stafford again in this defense. I think they're going to allow probably half of that. It's going to be a lower scoring game, and I think it's going to be a very physical, violent game led by that Seahawks ferocious defense. Not quite as good as Legion of the Boom, by the way, but they're up there, but
they're
not
tough.
quite as good.
They're pretty good. Ben, what's your thoughts?
Des was going off to something you just said. The Patriots and Coach Vrabel. Is Coach Mike McDonald ready for superstar? Because this is only year 2 under his regime, and everybody thought that Pete Carroll was the only reason why the Seattle Seahawks were ever going to have a tradition, a culture, Legion of Boom, beast mode. Is he ready? Because if he go to the Super Bowl with what he has at quarterback, a journeyman. Yes, you got a young superstar, first-team All-Pro Jackson Smith, JSN. You got Leonard Williams and Ernest Jones and those guys on defense. And you're doing it by committee. If Mike McDonald, to me, is the one coach that can shift the whole dynamic of the National Football League. Because let's face it, when people talk about the NFC West, they're really talking about San Francisco and they're really talking about the Rams, right? Because Seattle, it's been so long since they've been, relevant like that. With, Richard Sherman and Earl Thomas. Mike McDonald make it to the Super Duper Bowl. He can stare if he indeed does go against the Patriots. Can he look at Mike Vrabel and say, listen, I know you guys are ahead of schedule, but we're going to cancel your Super Bowl plans? Because in the NFL, it's just like Coach Signetti in Indiana. It doesn't mean much if you don't win it all. Doesn't mean you didn't have a great season. But people only remember who won the Super Bowl. When people say, who they beat? People start snapping their fingers. So for me, it's Mike McDonald ready for superstardom? Because if he is, which I think he is, The other 31 coaches are saying, dude, they're gonna be a problem. Why? Because when Seattle, it's like they're a problem where they are in the country. They all out there by themselves. Pacific Northwest, ain't nobody going out there. Rain all the time. And is Mike McDonald ready to make Pete Carroll potentially a memory? Because if he starts winning and he keeps going, people gonna say Pete Carroll, the guy that was over there with you talking about the guy that was over there with the Raiders? Yeah, but he started in Seattle. Yeah, but it's about what you're doing now. As long as you are in the coaching profession, I'm a judge on where you at, not where you was. So I'm looking forward to see if Mike McDonald is ready for superstardom, and can a one Sam Darnold throw to his teammates and not see ghosts? Because they're gonna try to make him see ghosts on Sunday.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Sam Darnold's going to be in the biggest story for me in that Seahawks-Rams game because you don't know which Sam Darnold's going to actually show up. Having been intimately aware of Sam Darnold, him being a former Carolina Panther quarterback, he's like the greatest regular season quarterback of the past 20 years, it feels like. Like, the dude just wins regular season games, especially the past 2 years. I think he's won like 26 games or something in the regular season, the past two seasons with two different teams.
He's the only quarterback in the NFL to do that, Daz. He's the only. That's crazy. With everything the quarterbacks, he's the only one to win 13 games with two different teams, which is crazy.
Nuts. Yeah, and I didn't think about Seattle having talent on the offense, coming into the season. And I know that I can't. What's his name? Zach Sherbal, the running back.
Zach
Charbonnet. He's hurt. So, and he was a large reason why Seattle beat Carolina when we saw him a couple weeks ago in the regular season. It feels like Seattle's run game is propping up Sam Darnold. So if they stick to that, they probably have a shot. If not, this Rams team feels like they may have started figuring things out at the right time in terms of what they want to do on offense. Their defense is stout. The offense itself, though, with Puka Nacua and Kyron Williams running the ball, Matt Stafford, if his hand is okay, I feel like the Rams have been the team that everybody's wanting to push to be the next team that everybody's going after, even though they've tried everything possible to kind of push back against that over the past month. I think it's going to be about Sam Darnold. Does Sam Darnold come out and do the Sam Darnold 3 interceptions, first half type of deal, fumbles everywhere, just playing horrible football? Or does he show that he can actually do what he does in the regular season in a big conference championship game? Because we've never seen him do that before. So I think that's kind of where it is for me. Ryan Smith and Ben Troupe in the house from Winning the Division. Make sure you follow their podcast over on X at Winning Division. It's on the Keep Pounding Podcast Network. They give you a roundtable discussion every week about around the league and the NFL. Great guests, great conversation. So definitely check them out over there. Powered by the Fans First Sports Network. Before I get you guys out of here, give me your Super Bowl prediction. Who's coming out of the AFC? Who's coming out of the NFC? And what's going to be Super Bowl 60?
I'll go first, Ben. Let you think about it. I'll even give you final scores. I'm going to go Patriots over the Broncos in a close affair. Give me 24-17 New England to go to the Super Bowl on the AFC side. And then I trust Matthew Stafford more to get just enough points to get it done. Give me the Rams over the Seattle Seahawks, 21-17. No, scratch that. 24-23. 24-23. Rams over the Seattle Seahawks, setting up a Super Bowl of the Rams-Patriots where I have the Rams winning in that scenario.
All right. So rematch from a couple years ago, back when Belichick was still and Brady were still with the Patriots, Rams-Patriots. That was actually the most boring Super Bowl of all time.
It will not be boring this time, I promise.
The Jared Goff Super Bowl.
God, I was like watching paint dry. Penn, what do you got? What's your Super Bowl prediction here for who's going to be in it?
Listen, I love this Denver team, but the way the Patriots defense has been playing as of late, the defense travels. So give me the Patriots over Denver. I do think it's going to be a better game than most, but give me 27-21. Denver over. 27-21. The Patriots over the Broncos, make it to the Super Bowl. And I agree with you, Smitty. I just football to me is about experience, and you've done it before. Matthew Stafford, at the age and stage of his career, he's playing out of his mind. They're going to deploy them. They're going to deploy those tight ends and Williams in between the 20s and Puka. And then when they get for the 20 end, watch Devontae Adams do what he does. And in them small windows, I got the Rams upsetting Seattle 31-28 in a 4-quarter affair. And I got Matthew Stafford, the MVP, staring at the guy who supposed to be the MVP in Drake May. And they saying, hey, and the last time the next up was going up against the current, that would be Patrick Mahomes versus they won Tom Brady.
Yep.
When they was in Tampa. And all I'm saying is it's something about an older quarterback that have to stare at the guy that's about to be the face of the league. I'm never saying Matthew Stafford was the face of the league. I don't think he ever was, but he's staring at a guy that got a shot to be. And Matthew Stafford saying, hey, man, we're going to, I like what he does. I just trust what I do more. But I do have the Rams, and the Patriots. This time it's Mike Vrabel versus Sean McVay, because Sean McVay this will be his third Super Bowl. He's won one, lost one. Here's the thing. The reason why he lost the first one is because of the guy that plays for Seattle named Cooper Kupp. Because when he had Cooper Kupp, that was your Super Bowl MVP, which means if Jared Goff had Cooper Kupp, could he be going for his third Super Bowl win? No one. Only time will tell.
I think Matthew Stafford will win the MVP as well in that scenario.
So does Matthew Stafford add regular season MVP and potentially Super Bowl MVP to his resume?
There's only a few that have done that. Yeah, and Matthew Stafford's a Hall of Famer. I think we all agree that he's going into the Hall of Fame. And I'm kind of the same way. Rams-Patriots seems like the best matchup. I don't want to see Patriots-Seahawks. I don't want to see Rams-Broncos. Like, there's certain combinations I don't want to see. I guess even though I said I don't want to watch the Patriots in the Super Bowl, that seems like the best matchup. Because at this point, if your team's out of it, you just want the best matchup. You want a good game. And I feel like the Rams offense versus the Patriots defense would be a pretty good back and forth. And Drake May versus the Rams defense should be good too. Because honestly, the Rams secondary is probably their weakness. And Drake May can really exploit that. So there you have it, Rams-Patriots. We'll have you guys back on next week for more in-depth conversation regarding probably next week. We'll probably go into player awards because by then I guess the honors is going to be next Saturday, the honor ceremony or whatnot that they do. It's in between the Super Bowl week and conference championship week when they have that little bye week or whatever. So they'll actually probably announce that on Saturday, but we'll get into some football stuff and get you guys ready over the next 2 weeks for Super Bowl 60. And of course, we'll have both these guys on soon. So Ryan Smith, Ben Troupe from Winning the Division, co-host over there. Make sure you go follow them at Winning Division on X, and make sure you listen to them each week. About midweek, a new episode will drop where you can get your fix from the NFL. Told y'all this was a quick bite episode of the Desmond Johnson Show. You can hear the best of later on today on TobaccoRoadSportsRadio.com. A little bit later on tonight, we've got high school basketball live starting at 6 p.m. It is on the Grimsley Sports Network. Grimsley taking on Southwest Guilford tonight. The girls play at 6. The boys play at 7:30. That is Mike Fanning and Kellen Parrish on the call there live from Grimsley. You can go over there. We'll go listen to that on our main player at TobaccoRoadSportsRadio.com so you get a little high school basketball fix. And the North Carolina A&T basketball game that was scheduled for 2 o'clock tomorrow has been moved up to noon. That's 11:30 pregame show at Ryan Stone. Tip off at 12 o'clock here on Tobacco Road Sports Radio as well. That is tomorrow as everything is shifting out of the way of this ice storm coming in. So we're going to get out of here. For Ryan and Ben, I'm Desmond Johnson. You've been watching the Desmond Johnson Show here on Tobacco Road Sports Radio. We will see you guys underneath a blanket of ice, apparently, on Tuesday.